2 weeks ago, the internet was buzzing with controversy over a seemingly innocuous Cheerios commercial. The 30-second spot centered around a family who happened to be interracial. A handful of hateful comments forced Cheerios to disable the comment section on their YouTube channel. The story, however, also generated an outpouring of support for the ad. The story inspired Atlanta-based photographer and blogger Michael David Murphy, the father within an interracial family himself, to create WeAreThe15%.com, a blog that sheds light on the fact that 15% of American families are now interracial. And he joins us now via Skype. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Oh, our pleasure. So take me back to the beginning when you started to become aware of this controversy. Was it something that you heard or saw on the internet that people were having this hateful reaction to this commercial?
Yeah, the idea was essentially my wife's. She's the brains of the operation, clearly, and she said, what would it look like? We should make a site about this. We should ask people to send in their pictures of their families that resemble, let's say, the Cheerios ad. That was kind of the genesis of the idea. And so we started building it and reached out to some families and friends that we know here and kind of across the country. And it really started snowballing very quickly from there. And we're on top of a real huge wave of support and interest. And the photographs we're receiving are incredible. They're from all over the U.S. And it's just been kind of a remarkable week. And specifically yesterday, too. We're just inundated. And it's a feel-good site. And if you look at the pictures, it's hard not to smile.
We're looking at them right now, Michael, and they are beautiful pictures, so many gorgeous families. Does it surprise you? Does it hurt you that in 2013 we're still dealing with this? Do you personally, you and your wife and your family, deal with this on a day-to-day basis?
Not on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of part of our makeup. It's who we are as a family, and so we tend not to think about how we're received when we're out buying groceries or taking a walk around the neighborhood. It comes out in ways here and there, but we've kind of it doesn't really affect us on a day-to-day level. Some of the families who write in, and specifically some of these children of marriages like this, definitely receive, even in this day and age, some blowback, usually from other kids and whatnot. So
in your experience, does it take the form of just like sort of a sideways glance or that sort of thing?
Sure. I guess recently someone asked my wife if our daughter, if she was like her housekeeper, essentially. I mean, there's stuff like that still happens, but we're choosing kind of not to focus on the negative reaction, and that this site is a positive reaction to some of this kind of negativity that came out specifically on YouTube with the Wild West action in the comments there.
Right.
So,
it's so
yeah.
amazing. It's beautiful to see these pictures, and I agree. The best way to put out something like that, put out like a fire like that happened with the Cheerios, is to face it with something that is loving and beautiful. So hats off to you guys. And I mean, it must have felt good for your family and for these other families originally to see that Cheerios ad and think, oh, that's nice. My family gets represented in mainstream culture now too.
It was fantastic. I mean, when we saw it, it was like, oh my gosh, look, and you don't realize that you just don't see a family like yourself represented in mainstream culture every day, which is just the way it is. So that when you see it, it's like, oh, wow, look at us. Here we are. We're on TV. We're part of what's happening and part of culture right now. So that was actually exciting. And what's great with the site is that I'm a photographer, but people are taking their own pictures. These are pictures that in the way that they want to be represented, which I really like, and putting their best face forward. And it's essentially this changing face of the American demographic right now, with 15% of new marriages as of the 2008 census being interracial.
Would you accept pictures from Canada as well?
It's so ironic that you guys that were talking this morning. We accepted a picture, and then I think this is a uniquely American story. many other countries have their own relationship to race and interracial dating and those kinds of issues. I think the American part of it is kind of uniquely American. So we were focused on Americans, but we are receiving a lot of submissions from Canada. So I might have to start relaxing the rules a little bit.
There we go. Let us in. All right. Thank you so much, Michael David Murphy, creator of weareth15%.com. Really a lovely, lovely site. Check it out. And thanks for talking to us this morning.
Thanks for your time.
Live via Skype from Atlanta.